When most people think of horned dinosaurs, one name almost always comes to mind, Triceratops. But living alongside its famous giants was another massive ceratopsian, one that may have been just as impressive, if not more so. This dinosaur was Torosaurus, a colossal horned herbivore with one of the largest skulls of any land animal to ever exist. Torosaurus is often overshadowed by its more famous cousin, but its story is full of mystery, debate, and fascinating paleontology, from its discovery to its massive frills, and from its place in the ecosystem to the ongoing controversy surrounding its identity. Torosaurus remains one of the most intriguing ceratopsians ever discovered. The first fossils of Torosaurus were discovered in 1891 in the western United States. The dinosaur was officially named by paleontologist Othniel Charles Marsh, one of the key figures in the famous bone wars of the late 19th century. Marsh named the dinosaur Torosaurus latus. The name Torosaurus roughly means perforated lizard, a reference to the large holes called fenestrae in its frill. These openings immediately set Torosaurus apart from other known ceratopsians at the time, especially Triceratops, whose frills was solid. The fossils were found in rocks belonging to the Hell Creek Formation, a famous late Cretaceous fossil site that has produced dinosaurs such as Tyrannosaurus rex, Edmontosaurus, Ankylosaurus, and of course Triceratops. From the very beginning, Torosaurus was recognized as a massive, powerful animal that lived in one of the most iconic dinosaur ecosystems ever known. Torosaurus lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 68 to 66 million years ago, just before the mass extinction event that wiped out the non-avian dinosaurs. This means Torosaurus existed at the very end of the age of dinosaurs, sharing its world with some of the last and most advanced dinosaur species to ever evolve. It lived right up until the asteroid impact brought the Cretaceous period to an end. Because Torosaurus lived so close to the extinction event, it represents one of the final evolutionary stages of large ceratopsian dinosaurs. Torosaurus lived in what is now Western North America, primarily in areas that are today Montana, South Dakota, and Wyoming. During the late Cretaceous, this region looked very different from how it does today. Instead of dry plains, it was a lush, warm environment filled with river systems, floodplains, forests, and coastal lowlands. This climate was humid and subtropical, supporting enormous plant life that large herbivores like Torosaurus depended on. This region was part of an island continent known as Laramidia, which stretched from the modern-day Alaska down to Mexico. Laramidia was a home to a rich diversity of dinosaurs, and Torosaurus was one of its dominant plant eaters. Torosaurus belonged to the family of Ceratopsidae, a large group of horned dinosaurs known for their elaborate skulls and frills. More specifically, Torosaurus was a member of the Chasmosaurian, a subfamily characterized by long frills and prominent brow horns. Other members of this group include Triceratops, Chasmosaurus, Pentaceratops, and Ankylosaurus. These dinosaurs tend to have longer frills and larger brow horns compared to other Centrosaurian relatives, which often had shorter frills and more ornate nose horns. Torosaurus fits perfectly in this group, but it also stands out due to the sheer size of its skull and the unique opening in its frill. One of the most famous controversies in dinosaur paleontology involves Torosaurus and Triceratops. Some scientists have proposed that Torosaurus is not a separate dinosaur at all, but instead represents the fully mature adult form of Triceratops. Well, according to this hypothesis, as Triceratops aged, its frill would thin out and develop openings, transforming into what we recognize as Torosaurus. Others strongly disagree, pointing to differences in the skull shape, bone structure, and growth patterns that suggest Torosaurus was its own distinct genus. As of now, there is no universal agreement, and Torosaurus is still officially recognized as a valid dinosaur. This debate highlights how paleontology is consistently evolving as new fossils and new techniques emerge. The horns and frill of Torosaurus likely served multiple purposes. One of the most widely accepted ideas is display. The massive frill and long horns would have been made Torosaurus visually impressive, helping individuals attract mates or establish dominance within a herd. The size and shape of the frill may have communicated age, strength, or health to other Torosauruses. Other important function was species recognition. In an ecosystem filled with many similar-looking ceratopsians, unique frill shapes would help dinosaurs recognize members of their own species. Defense also likely played a role. While the frill may not have been a perfect shield, the horns certainly could be used to deter predators facing a predator head-on. Torosaurus would have been an intimidating opponent, especially for large carnivores like Tyrannosaurus rex. Some scientists have also suggested the frill may have helped the thermoregulation, allowing blood vessels in the thin bone to release absorbed heat through the idea. This is still debated though. Torosaurus is more than just another Triceratops-like dinosaur. It represents the peak of ceratopsian evolution, showcasing how extreme skull orientation became near the end of the Cretaceous. Its fossils help scientists understand dinosaur growth, species variation, and how paleontologists identify differences between closely related animals. The ongoing debate surrounding Torosaurus keeps it at the center of scientific discussion, more than a century after its discovery. And that's all we have for the magnificent ceratopsian Torosaurus. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If y'all guys are wanting some more episodes like this one, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and click the notification button so you guys won't miss out on any of my other content I'll be posting in the future. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day.